God's blameless Son. Never forget that the sonship is your salvation, for the sonship is your soul.
I would say the sonship. See, now we're serving the sonship rather than ourselves. That's the whole point.
As God's creation, it is yours, and belonging to you, it is His. Your soul does not need salvation, but your mind needs to learn what salvation is. You are not saved from anything, but you are saved for glory. Glory is your inheritance.
You're not saved
from anything.
From anything.
But you are saved for glory.
For glory.
Glory is your inheritance, given your soul by its creator that you might extend it.
Okay, now there's two major concepts in these two lines. The first thing is people think they need to be, they think that going to God or doing the course is to heal your mind, to save yourself from your badness. You see, that's why that's why that's an important thing. You're not saved from anything.
Right.
You're not saved from all your brainwashed ideas of the ego. You're not saved from the ego, because the ego is just your belief in it, why it has any power. So that's why you're not being saved from that. You're being released from false ideas so you can remember your glory. You see what I mean? Otherwise, you think you're saving yourself from your ego, meaning you're bad as an ego. You're bad and you're evil, and your anger is evil, and you need to save. You're going to correct yourself. You need to fix yourself because you're bad. You see, this is a different concept.
Yes.
This concept is way easier to get behind, right?
Yeah, definitely. Glory is your inheritance given your soul by its creator that you might extend it. But if you hate part of your own soul, all your understanding is lost because you are looking on what God created as yourself without love. And since what he created is part of him, you are denying him his place in his own altar.
See, basically, that's basically what we're trying to do, is to review our mind for where we are hating, right, angry, and to make it understand. No, you should hate the ideas your brother has been brainwashed to believe, not your brother. You see?
Right.
And we identify people with what they think rather than understanding we're minds that are being deceived by the ego. You see what I mean? It's easier to do this once you get what we're really fighting for.
Yes.
Is everyone's release from brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So we identify where we're still attacking where we are brainwashed by how we attack other people's brainwashing. Meaning when we see what they're doing, recognizing they're brainwashed to do it. They wouldn't do that if they knew who they were.
Right.
They wouldn't be greedy, let's say, which is destroying the planet. If they knew what was going on, they're brainwashed to believe that they're going to get something by taking it away from everybody. They're not. They're going to lose just as big as everybody else. They just are in a fantasy of safety because of their specialness, right? So if we still hate the person that believes in that fantasy, in their, their enlightened, their elevated position, we're still attacking ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So you see what I mean? So that's why he's saying that's how we release ourselves, by extending forgiveness for believing brainwashing. Basically, that's all we're doing.
Yes.
Forgiving people for believing brainwashing, which is what we did, ego brainwashing.
Yes.
That it denied us all our glory. Being rich in a fantasy planet, that's what's happening. They're taking that rather than the glory of their real creative ability. They're short shifting, or they're choosing that little goal over the truth for everyone, and they're greedy little chipmunks holding on, putting all their wealth in their pockets, sitting there in their tree, holding them, trying to keep away from all the riffraff at the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're denying themselves. I mean, it's just interesting to think about.
They're trying to hold on to their hate rather than their glory.
Well, hold on to their things.
Yeah.
They don't even know they hate. They're just thinking getting things is how you save yourself. You know what I mean? They think they're good in their little ivory towers with all their stuff. But they're denying the truth of the glory of abundance that is our true inheritance by hoarding like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Can you try to make God homeless and know you are at home? Can the Son deny the Father without believing that the Father has denied him? God's laws hold only for your protection, and they never hold in vain. What you experience when you deny your Father is still for your protection, for the power of your will cannot be lessened without the intervention of God against it, and any limitation on your power is not the will of God.
That's how much power we have. That's why we really are disconnected from our power. That's why we really need to be healed. But we don't need to be healed because something's wrong with us, except that we believe bad ideas, right? You see what I mean?
Right, yeah.
We need to wake up to our power. That's why we're going for power.
He's got a note here. What you experience when you deny your Father is that the power of your will carries that denial through consistently, resulting in a denial of yourself. This negative effect on you is still for your protection because it is a natural result of the power of your will, and it is ultimately to your benefit that God does not intervene against your will and limit its power.
This is just saying, if he interfered with our fantasy world, it would say that you don't have freedom and power. He's not going to interfere unless you ask. He's not going to intervene in this destructiveness that we want to do, because he knows it's not real. And if he intervened, he would be interfering with our own awareness of our power. We have to be free.
Therefore, look only to the power that God gave you to save you, remembering that it is yours because it is his.
See, that's basically that whole thing we were talking about. They're waiting for God to do it. God's not going to interfere. You have to change what you want.
Yes.
Because your will is yours. Meaning he's not going to interfere with your will. If you don't, so that means if you're not getting answering to your prayers, you didn't really want an answer to your prayers. Remember, you talked about that earlier. Mm-hmm. Because what you want, what you intend happens, because that's how powerful we are.
Right.
So what's happening in our life is what we wanted to happen.
Yes.
Whether we're aware of that or not. You know, and he's not going to intervene. He's going to help you change your mind. If you do miracles like he's telling you to do, that will help change your mind, and then you won't deny yourself everything. But you're the one that's denying yourself everything. He's giving you the course and lots of instructions and the Holy Spirit to help guide every step you make to undo what you've done to yourself. But he can't interfere and do it for you.
Right.
Or he would be denying your real identity as part of him. Right.
Yeah.